Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Noah and I'm giving you another reaction video. This one is Young Don the Sauce God living with roaches. Now, I haven't necessarily lived with roaches, but I have had my fair share of roach problems. And for anybody who knows me, roaches are freaking terrifying. Like I don't know about y'all, but I cannot stand roaches. I've had too many messed up experiences with roaches. Maybe I'll do a story time about them. Maybe I won't. I don't freaking know. But they're just awful. Like especially when they fly. If they fly, I'm burning the house down. Anybody who's living with me better get the heck out before I get the gasoline because you will get trapped in there with them. I'll feel terrible, but it's probably gonna happen. But I want to see what his experience was living with roaches because he's saying living with them. I just had roaches that would come in now, but he said living with them. So I want to know what the heck's going on here. If you have not lived with roaches, well then hit that like button because you are one of the most lucky people in the world. But when we get into this, we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, go.
And my mother knew this, but she didn't have the time to go and get all of that done in time for dinner. So she just used what she had. And sure enough, when she sprayed this roach, all she did was make it mad and like stronger. Like the Raid insect poison is like pre-workout for jumbo roaches. It just amped him up. So the other day I was going through my subscriptions and I saw that my wifey Tabs had posted a video. Oh, what's up? You didn't know Tabs was wifey? Man, it's all good, man. She ain't know either. Anyway, in this video, she basically just shares her experiences with what it's like to live amongst rats. You know, she lives in New York, and in New York, y'all got mad rats. So she just basically just gave her rundown of what it's like living in that. And it reminded me of my own personal experiences when it comes to dealing with pests. But unlike Tabs, I don't really got beef with rats like that, man. I've never lived anywhere where rats were a problem. For me, it was roaches. So I don't know how old I was when this happened. I just know that I was young enough to the point where my mom still had
His animation style has changed. I didn't say that in my last video. His animation style has changed.
As my mother was cooking dinner. And
for the better, though. For the better.
Roach crawls from underneath the kitchen door that led outside. Now, I don't remember who saw it first, but what I clearly remember was my mother losing her fucking mind when she saw it, because my mother is deathly afraid of roaches. Like, there's
your mom's smart.
In the animal world that she fears more. Snakes, please.
I actually kind of like snakes.
Cute. Lizards, get that shit out of here. But at the sight of a cockroach, she is done. Like, she'll leave, like the house, forever. Like on some start over her life type. Like, move to a new city, change her name, start a new family. That's how much she's scared of roaches. So there we are in the kitchen, and my mom was very upset because one, she already started cooking. There was food on the stove, so she couldn't just leave it to burn. And two, she was upset because she knew that she had to be the person to deal with it. I mean, I wasn't gonna handle it. I couldn't have been older than 6. And in my head, my parents were like my superheroes. So me seeing my mom being afraid of roaches made me afraid of roaches too. And the only other people in the house were my teenage girl cousins and my baby sister. So she was the moment it walked in. So after she manages to gather some courage, she reaches for the roach spray that she kept underneath the kitchen sink. She then turns to me and is like, "Chris, don't move." Which,
okay, if you saying don't move to me, I'm thinking that the thing is right there next to me.
Let me go to my room, and you'll see why in a second. So my mom slowly approaches the roach, spray in hand, aims at the roach, and then douses the roach in poison, like empties half the can. Now, some of y'all might be thinking, cool, problem solved, right? Roach dead. No. So, as most of you know, I grew up in Jamaica, and Jamaica is a tropical paradise, truly a Garden of Eden. We have no venomous snakes, no poisonous animals, there are no predators.
I might need to move to Jamaica.
Like no lions, bears, wolves, not even a coyote. Truly a paradise. I mean, yeah, of course, there's the rampant gun violence and corrupt government, but that's always happening everywhere, right? So whatever. But What we do have are jumbo roaches, or at least that's what we call them. If you want to see what one of these demon roaches look like, their scientific name is Blabberus giganteus, which literally means giant
Hold
roach.
up.
Like,
Hold up.
I imagine when I say cockroach, you think of something.
Okay, so I just looked it up, and I I don't know if this is what this thing looked like. If this was in my house, the very earth under my house would have to get napalmed. Like everything in the house's whole circumference, above, to the side, and below the house, has to get completely burned to a crisp. And I get roaches can survive radiation, and this roach can probably survive a whole damn nuke dropping on its head. But no, never going to Jamaica. Is there one area in the world that doesn't have roaches? I don't know. We're gonna get back into the video.
That looks like this. Those aren't the roaches I'm talking about. These roaches are 2 to 4 times as big as a regular roach. They're scary looking and they don't fucking die. You can't kill these roaches with regular things like roach spray or a heavy boot. Just to kill one of these bastards, you need to take like a sword that was enchanted by a witch on a mountain at night, and then dip it in fire and then shoot it out of a cannon. That's literally the only way to kill them. And my mother knew this, but she didn't have the time to go and get all of that done in time for dinner. So she just used what she had. And sure enough, when she sprayed this roach, all she did was make it mad and like stronger. Like the Raid insect poison is like pre-workout for jumbo roaches. It just amped him up. And here's the most terrifying part about these roaches. They can fly. Well, so as soon as that roach tasted the poison, its massive back opened up and released its wings, and it began to fly at my mother, which at that point, my mom ran away, like just completely abandoned me. And as she's doing it, she's like blindly carpet bombing the kitchen with roach poison. Like it got in my lungs, the dinner got f***ed up, but my mother, she didn't care. My mom was leaving. Like the house. She said, fuck this kid, the dinner, the house, this country, this planet. I'm going to Mars, bitch, because that's the only place I know for sure that they don't have roaches. And
dude,
I don't really
no flying roaches better not come in my house.
I mean, I'm alive, which means that the roach didn't come back and like eat me. So I guess eventually somehow it just left. So yeah. But by the time you get to my age, you've just accepted that most...
Alright, that was it for that animation. I think these are more just stories. I don't think these ones have like morals and everything. So obviously it didn't have a moral at the end of this. But no, roaches, worst thing to live with. I really can't stand them. There was one time that I can remember when me and my family lived in Hawaii where we had to deal with like rats or like mouses or some crap like that. But that was like kind of like a rare occurrence. It didn't happen all the time. But roaches, flying roaches, any kind of roach. I don't even like beetles, but any kind of roach is just no. Nope, can't do it. You guys want to know something I'm afraid of? Roaches. Can't do it at all. Never. Ever. You could not pay me. That junk that they do on like Fear Factor or whatever the heck that thing's called, you could not pay me $1 million to be in a tank with roaches. Because I might mess around and hunt down everybody who goaded me into going there. I really might. But that's it for this reaction video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to Young Don the Sauce God. Again, makes amazing content. Subscribe to his channel. It'll be the link in the description down below. And make sure that if you like my reaction, subscribe to my channel. Because obviously, why the hell not? Your boy is literally over 3,000 strong. Did not think I'd get here, especially with my horrible upload schedule. But we here. Next stop is 4,000, 5,000, 10,000. I don't give a damn. Make sure to share with your friends. And I'm out. Peace.